your name?
So the meaning of my name is someone who forgives his own enemies, and I've honestly done that.
You are a content creator, you are a career counselor, you are also into academic, you're a teacher,
Absolutely.
and you're also all of 21.
Yes.
So what has been your journey like? At
All
21
right.
doing so.
So, see, the thing is that how I do this multitasking thing is because I believe in brainstorming. Every single day begins with a perfectly scheduled routine, and I would follow that, and then only I can achieve my goals, be it counseling a student, or you can say teaching my students whom I'm already teaching online throughout the globe. I have students from Sydney, I have students from Canada, I have students from India, of course, that's my country, I do have more. And I also have students from Bhutan. So this goes on with a very good scheduling. I cannot teach all 5 to 7 students. I teach 2 students every day, and I counsel 1 or 2 students again every day. That's how I divide my time, like 1 hour each for all these tasks. And for blogging, well, it's my full. So see, the thing is that whenever there is something like so many things altogether that I'm doing, be it blogging, teaching, career counseling, and all, what I generally do is I try to divide my time according to the schedule that I make. I do it almost at 1 a.m. the day prior to that, and then the day goes accordingly. But then when there's a brand collaborating with me, the entire thing gets ruined up. I have to set up the schedule again. But I feel that I am able to manage my time really well, dedicating my almost 90% of me in almost all the work that I do. And that's how I tend to manage my time really well.
Time management.
Yeah, actually, very much. That really matters a lot when you are doing already so many things. Being 21-year-old, honestly, it's a lot of pressure because I do have my college as well that I have to attend online. So that is another pressure. So yeah, quite a few things, but I do enjoy it. I love my work, and that's probably the only reason I'm able to deal with things really well.
Okay, so on that note, what I also want to like to know is how has content creation changed in the present scenario?
Yes, yes, that's a very important question, honestly. See, I started blogging when it was the year 2014 or 2015, and the blogosphere was absolutely different back then. You would see people writing blogs over Blogspot, WordPress, and all these websites. But now it is the era of blogging 4.0. Now, this is a very important concept. Why blogging 4.0? This concept is about creating blogs not only on Blogger or WordPress or on all those platforms, but on Instagram, on Facebook. I have seen people writing amazing blogs on Facebook as well, where the main center will always be Instagram. But then people create blogs on Pinterest as well, on YouTube as well. So, you know how this fear is actually treating yourself and how they are influencing masses. Because when you move out of the boundary, you move out of the box, you get to know things in a very comprehensive manner. That's what I feel, and I think the change is for good because you are getting to know things from throughout the world. Like you are sitting in Kolkata and you're getting to know things that is happening in Philadelphia or maybe in Greenland, in fact. So I think it's quite amazing the way they have done this really well. I am blessed with the area of blogging where it actually makes me know about things and earn at the very same time. I think that's the best thing ever.
That's exciting, the power of social media also. So yeah, so in current times, I'm sure that a lot of things happening, a lot of brand collaborations have blessings.
Mm, indeed.
What's your take? How is it
Yes.
come to?
Ha, ha, ha. So the thing is that during COVID-19, the main concern goes for all the bloggers, for us specifically, whose business was, I mean, it was always based on the brands that we collaborated with. And how would brands approach now? Because now we are not able to attend any bloggers meet, or we are not able to organize a bloggers meet. There are limited products that would be delivered because we are in containment zones like red zone, orange zone, and green zone, and all these things. So how would things go now? Now, there are several aspects to it. I earn from blogging in different ways. First way, is I write on my website. I write guest posts for several brands. That is a huge amount that we earn from writing guest posts. Besides that, collaborating with spices like the brand spicing spice brands like JK Spices or Sunrise, or what I personally feel that bloggers should now think out of the box, just not the things that they used to do earlier. So it's very important that you get attached to the sphere so well that you are well accustomed with what is happening in the industry. First is definitely writing guest posts on website, and if you have your own website, that is your own domain, a .com or .in or .org website, brands will approach you. Brands will see that you have good amount of visitors, maybe 10K, 11K or whatever. So reach does matter. At the end of the day, what matters is good reach and good engagements. So brands, when they see great engagements, what they actually want bloggers to engage on the basis of demographics, content, and reach, for sure. That is number one. Number two is when you approach brands during this time of pandemic, you just cannot say that I want to collaborate with you because I want to earn some lump sum. No, that is not the way. The way you should approach is what you have, what asset you have, that it helps the brand to get something from you. It's not that only you earn, but it's a mutual benefit. The brand earns as well. The brand earns good exposure, sales, content, and everything else. And we as bloggers, we definitely have content to post and we earn a good lump sum as well. So it is very important to approach the correct brands. If you see my profile on Instagram, you will see during the time of COVID-19, I have promoted those brands that actually works in this scenario. The first one is the pillow. If you see, there's a white willow that I've posted. It's about a
Yeah.
member home pillow. Why it is needed? Why am I all of a sudden collaborating with a pillow brand rather than just food? Because while people are working from home, we all are working from home. There's nobody who's going out. So we need something really comfortable to just sit back, relax, and have our walk perfectly. So this is number one. So these are the ideas that should come into your mind, that while you're sitting at home, what are the activities you're doing? What things you need? Those things, there are brands for those particular things, and you can collaborate with the same. Collaborated with the Meghalaya brand, which is of spices, and it's all farm grown. When COVID-19 had stricken, I remember there are news channels telling that you cannot use artificial products or products that has got, chemicals and all. It's not safe to use. I chose a product which are farm grown and you can get it easily in Meghalaya, and that is the only place where you get in Meghalaya. So it's the speciality of the same. So I chose the brand. Okay, let's just promote a brand that kind of belongs to our nation, India, and we have this Make in India movement as well, where people are supporting countries' brands. So I just chose that, and I thought that if I promote that, our country can actually get to know something that they didn't know. Nobody knew that Lakadong is the world's best turmeric, which we get in Meghalaya in our country. So that's how things should strike into your mind during this time of pandemic when you're collaborating with a brand.
Fair enough. So, one of the points that you mentioned about, focusing more on reach and the engagement, brings me to the next question, which is, I think that's a question in a lot of creative minds, whether brands do go for followers or do they go for reach or followers, which is a more reliable method.
See, what matters, what I have seen in this 6 years of blogging, reach, engagement, insights, these are certain terminologies that honestly matter to the brand, because if you have 100 followers and you're promoting a certain product, it will create no sense, because these उस 100 audience में से maybe only 2-3 are actually genuinely interested. But when you have like 1K followers, or maybe 2K, 3K, can be 10K, there are a lot of people who are seeing. I have seen people joining pods where they get likes, comments, and all these, which is pretty cool, because from there I have seen people interested in my products that I'm posting. So, brands look out for something that is organic in true sense. And to be very honest, insights does matter when you are collaborating, associating with a brand for a long term. I may collaborate with a brand today, but what is the guarantee that they will again collaborate with me? What aspect shall I have? Organic comes into the game at that very time. And one should have a little bit of marketing skill also to promote their products. That really matters a lot.
So there should be definitely some takeaway for the brand also when they're
It took
pushing
me
through.
a lot of time. Being a 21-year-old guy, I cannot expect myself to know almost everything. I know content creation, I know a little bit of marketing, although without studying about it. But when I saw people giving good response to it, then I got to know maybe it's my content that is playing a game. See, it's not the same with everyone. There are people who excel in only content, there are people who excel in only marketing, but very
Mhm.
few people can actually have the full package together. That matters the most.
That is true. So, if we time to ask you, what has been your favorite collaboration?
Sorry, favorite?
Collaboration?
All right. So there were 180 brands that I've worked with, and it's really hard to say which. I need to honestly think. Yeah. So I recently collaborated with Z5. Z5 recently collaborated with me to write about two shows. One is Kali 2. Another is Karanjit Kaur. It's about the life of Sunny Leone. So I had to write about it on my website, and that garnered a good attention from my Facebook audience. Generally, Facebook में खाने के बारे में post करो, so people won't see much, and if they see also, they will be like, okay, nice, delicious. But when I posted about her, and people got to know about her struggles in life, people were very interested in knowing, and I got to explore a different side of mine, that I can actually review films, I can actually review web series. So when you get to explore a different sphere in yourself, I think that's the best thing in blogging, that you get to know a different side of you. I always thought that I'm a food blogger, but when I got to review things on social media, be it fashion, travel, and everything, I got to know that I am actually versatile in that field. So I think that is the same with many bloggers. When they opt from food to fashion to lifestyle, they're exploring various facets. They are being versatile, in one word.
Just adding another set to your cap is also a filter.
Actually, thank you.
Okay. So, are you going to quickly open the floor for questions? Guys, if you have any questions for Aritro about content creation, about how he works, about anything basically, you can open your
All
questions.
right. So I had this thing I wanted to know. I mean, I have seen your app do your thing, and I feel it's
Mhm.
amazing for the budding influencers who are kind of struggling for getting brand collaborations and all. All right. We also have someone suggesting here. Paresh Godwani was saying, as far as marketing is concerned, trends changes every 2 or 3 years. So basically, you have to stick with what works for you. Absolutely, I totally agree to this. See, trends. When it comes to marketing trends, it changes from every year, not just 2 to 3 years. I've seen marketing sphere changing every single year. People are liking one thing for just 1 year, and the second year, maybe the same thing, they're liking it in a totally different manner. So it just happens, it is all about psychology. Marketing is not just about business, economy, or something. It's all about psychology and sociology. I personally feel that way. Yeah. So we were discussing about Do Your Thing. The app that I have seen, they provide brand collaborations for almost all the genres, be it food, fashion, lifestyle, and everything else. So guys, please download this app, and I'm sure you would explore more than just what you see on Instagram. I'm sure you will love it for sure.
Yeah, that made Ashin to say that.
Definitely, absolutely. There's no other thoughts other than do your thing right now.
More on your content creation journey, Aritro. How has been your entire experience when like you've been in the space for over 6 years? That's a long
during
time.
during the time of global pandemic, are you talking about, or as a
Over
whole?
6 years since you started, yeah, on the whole.
Okay, so see, on a very different perspective, I have explored a different sphere altogether. Like when I was teaching, when I was career counseling, it's the educational sphere that I was seeing. But when it comes to blogging, what I saw is that it's not just one thing that we crave for. Life is to be happy, and blogging has made me self-independent at a young age. It's not just me. There are people who are 18, 19 years old, and they are creating amazing content, and they are being self-independent at a young age. So honestly, I feel that every single blogger and influencer out there should take this thing very seriously. Just do not post for the sake of posting. Even I just got a question out here, tips for amateur bloggers, which who asked me, I guess ADI, someone asked me like that. So the thing is that for amateur bloggers, I would always say that focus on what you are meant for. focus on your strengths, based on that create content, and you would be an overnight star for sure. Because when I started blogging, I never knew that I can even collaborate with brands. So for me, it has been an amazing experience altogether. Brands who collaborated with me almost 4 years ago, they still remember me. They still ask me when they come to Dehradun that where shall we move? I mean, which cafe shall we go? They still trust on me. It's, this thing we have to gain. This is a huge amount of love and respect that you get from blogging, which you probably cannot get in that amount in any other sphere. So I think it's more than just a profession. It's a blessing in disguise.
Good thought. So, Aritu, also, I do know that mental health is a subject which is very close to your heart.
Hmm.
And
Very
in
much.
the current scenario, when a lot of people are clueless as to, how to cope up with all the stress and all the
Absolutely.
anxiety around that, what advice would you?
So, see, mental health is something that has always mattered since time immemorial. But when it comes to COVID-19, when there's a nationwide lockdown, mental health plays a totally different role. People who I have seen people who have been emotionally strong, they are having a great mental breakdown. They are expressing it in stories, they're expressing it in many manners. But there's one thing I would personally tell. It's about my personal experience during my school life for 12 years. I have been a part of, I mean, I've been a victim of bullying in a very serious sense. I mean, mental bullying has always been on my verge, and people always used to troll me. The reason that I used, the way I walk, the way I talk, the way where I came from, and all, like, there are used to be very mean words that they used to speak about myself. But I am a thick-skinned person, so it really didn't matter to me much. But honestly, not every single person has got thick skin, right? Every single person has their own personality. Not everybody can deal with it. Now, when I look back, I realize that if any person was there, like if you just replace me with any other person, he should have done something which he shouldn't have. I can understand people are understanding the fact as well. But how I dealt with it, I got busy in work, so busy that I do not have time to concentrate on any other thing. Loving your own work, loving what you do, loving your own self, and embracing your flaws and turning them into something that helps you in near future is something that I would always suggest people. You should always consider your strengths, put it in a box, and nurture it more and more. The more you concentrate on yourself, the more you spend time with yourself, I would say look into the mirror and just interview yourself. You will get insights about yourself. Reach, organic reach, likes, comments, doesn't matter. What matters is whether you are understanding the content that you're creating. That matters the most. The day you understand your own self, the day you understand your strengths, negative qualities, and all, we all have our own negative and positive sides. So if you understand these, I think 98% of the problem is solved already. So what happened with me is how I got over bullying and all these. I never used to keep things to myself. I always used to tell people, just the way I'm telling it to you, telling it to the people who are watching me on Instagram now and who will be watching the highlights. They would be knowing that it is definitely hard succumbing the pressure. But if you have faith in yourself that no, what I'm doing is right and it is legitimately right, so there's nobody who can dictate you. I have seen my haters who have been throwing tantrums on me, who are using slangs and all these stuffs. They are coming to me. I mean, it's such a huge thing. I really feel that people should consider this, that who asks for for being forgiven, you should forgive them. It's not you shouldn't hold grudge on people when they're understanding their mistake. I am seeing my school friends who have been almost mentally torturing me for 12 years. They are coming to me and asking me for forgiveness now that, okay, we have been really wrong. So that kind of motivates me ki not everybody is evil. We honestly do have an evil power, but it's the goodness that prevails at last. So always have a very positive outlook in life. I am a person who has always considered a glass half full instead of half empty. So even though in sometimes in difficult times it is hard to look at it life this way, you should always maintain a positive outlook in life, at least in this global pandemic when people are facing psychological issues, when people cannot go out, they have to be in home, and a lot of things involved, not just being at home, but they have myriad of thoughts revolving around. So I think it's very important that you stay positive, engage in productive work. That really matters.
Well said. I think that's an advice you can all, make use of currently. Now,
Yeah.
Ritu, let's just go to questions. We have a lot of questions and comments coming in.
Yeah, we'll see that. So Varnika says, amazing Aritro is such an inspiration. Thank you, Varnika. Thank you for seeing this video in spite of all the network issues we are having. That inquisitive me says, put this video on highlights. Yes, it will be posted on IGTV, hopefully.
Yes.
For
Yes.
ADI says, favorite food. यार ऐसे क्वेश्चंस मत पूछो. फेवरेट फूड मुझे तो सारे खाने ही पसंद जो यू कैन से जंक फूड. आई लाइक ऑल द जंक फूड दैट कम्स इनटू माय वे. या.
Okay, there is Tapa Goel saying good work. There is he's saying again that promote Indian stuff. Shades of Expression says greetings from Pune, greetings to you too.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are doing. Do you know these people? Because
Sorry,
there
I
are a lot
can't
of
hear you.
comments.
Yes, 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 indeed. So, see, the thing is that there's one thing that you even asked me about amateur bloggers who are pursuing blogging, who will be bloggers at least in this stage of COVID-19. How will they deal with it? So, see, the first thing is one has to chalk out that what is your niche, what is your genre, what you're taking, either it's food or fashion or travel or lifestyle. I started with food, I moved to lifestyle later, quite later, when I got to be very well accustomed with what I'm actually dealing with. So I would say it's my suggestion, pursue for lifestyle blogging. This is actually gonna get you almost everything. In lifestyle, you got food, fashion, travel, almost everything. You can collaborate with plethora of brands. Never limit yourself to a particular sphere. Always extend your sphere, explore more. You will get to learn so much from blogging. I got to learn about cumin through blogging. Honestly, I've never learned it from school. That's so amazing. You get to learn about so many brands. Brands approach you. That's, when Domino's approached me for 4 times, I honestly never thought that it would happen someday. Like, such a big brand approaching me. Lay's collaborated with me almost twice. And that can happen not only with me, but to you as well. To be honest, I personally feel if you believe in your own self, if you believe in the power of content, it can move people, it can create people, to be honest. That's
Well,
what
well,
it will be. Yeah.
well. So, yes, there are more comments for you. Okay, Dave Male Datta is saying, yeah, everyone has haters, but I love your work, Aritro. You
All
are an
right, so
inspiration.
Wednesday. Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, I think we can choose now, but before I let you
Yeah.
go, Ritu, I have one more question for you. Uh, what is that one advice you'd like to give to people?
One advice would be, see, the thing is that being a blogger, I know it is very hard to accept few things. There are people who may do some backbiting sort of thing, but please always consider yourself to be the supreme power of your content. Never give rights to any other individual to take over your work. It is you who is the pillar of your content, and it is you who will be shaping it every single day. Your blog is your baby. Nurture it every single day so that it gets water just like a sapling and grows like a plant one day, or maybe a tree that can yield fruits and flowers to each and every one out there. Stay blessed, stay in bliss. That's what I could say. And please stay at home, at least जितना हो सके घर पे रहो. बहुत help होगा हम लोग के लिए भी और आप लोग के लिए भी. That's what it is.
Hmm. So yes, basic number, stay home, stay safe, guys. Thank you, Ritu. Thank you for joining us. It was
Thank you
a
so much for
wonderful
having me.
pleasure talking to you. And you can see the comments, everybody saying that you've been an inspiration, and you too, Ria.
Sure, sure,
So,
definitely. Hope we associate soon in near future again and enlighten people as well.
of course. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye. Have a
Thank
nice day ahead.
you. Bye.